Education is essential for any community building. Education here in Arthurdale has kind of a unique story that we're going to kind of delve into here. So the spearhead of Arthurdale education was a woman named Elsie Ripley Clapp. She was a friend of Eleanor Roosevelt, as well as a student of progressive education. Progressive education, as it was in Arthurdale, was only the second implementation of that style in the United States. Basically, what progressive education is more of a focus on hands-on, practical skill learning, as well as your stereotypical math, English, history, school subjects. They would learn weaving and woodworking and land surveying and all these other skills that they could then apply into a job or just in their everyday life to make a more well-rounded education. It wasn't divided up by gender. Boys could learn spinning, girls could work with wood. It was tailored towards their interest, and that way they learned skills that they could use throughout their life and put towards any job they may have in the future or be interested in. Elsie Ripley Clapp also heavily focused on the socialization of children in the Arthurdale school system. Most of the children came from a society of poverty and malnourishment and just sort of the struggles that kind of imposes. Therefore, socialization wasn't necessarily happening. In the early years of Arthurdale, parents could also come and take night classes at the schools, which also allowed them to better socialize and also get some more formal education that maybe they hadn't had before. There were 6 school buildings built at Arthurdale. Before those buildings were built, they had school in the Arthurdale Mansion, in the community center hall, whatever space they had. Now, once the buildings were then constructed, they moved over. There were 6 buildings in total: the nursery school, the primary school, elementary school, high school, and then the gym center, and then the center building, which was primarily just administration offices. 1956 was the last year of Arthurdale High School. The schools were then consolidated into the Preston County system and then had to kind of follow the standards of Preston County. Eleanor came to the high school graduations. She handed out diplomas. FDR came in 1 year in 1938. There's a bunch of fun stories about the Secret Service coming a week before and having to survey everything out and having to be present when the food was made for the ceremony. When FDR came, he was first in center hall and the last to leave, so no one ever really saw him stand, which is still in that idea of hiding his legs. That's kind of an interesting part of Arthurdale's history as well. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.